Christian, since the video was released, Amy has lost her job. Her dog was taken away by the shelter that she adopted it from, and she says she has been getting death threats. You have said that you're conflicted about what's happening to her. Can you tell us why?
I mean, first of all, about the death threats, I've been unequivocal about that ever since I found out she was getting them. It's abhorrent, and it is contrary. If you think that what she did was wrong, that she was trying to bring death by cop down on my head, then there is absolutely no way you can justify then turning around and putting a death threat on her head. So that's got to stop. That's not acceptable. Everything else that's happened to her, I'm uncomfortable with defining someone by a couple of seconds of what they've done. It was a stressful situation. She had a moment of very poor judgment. It was no excusing that it was a racist act, because it was a racist act. But does that define her entire life? I don't know. Only she can tell us if that defines her entire life by what she does going forward and what she's done in the past. I can't answer that. So, the frenzy makes me uncomfortable.
Tell me, what is your reaction or your response to the fact that the video has received so much attention? It's all over the place. And the girl has lost her, the woman has lost her job also. And what was your response to all of that?
Well, I was shocked. I'm fairly political on Twitter, but when I saw my brother's video, it was personal, and I just imagined what happened to Mike Brown or George Floyd happening to him, and I wanted to make sure no other Black person would have to go through that kind of weaponization of racism from her. For me, what's important is that there's a discussion about this now, and it did shine a light on the problem, which is what I wanted to have happen in the first place. And this kind of racism can kill people. It could have killed my brother.
Well, Christian, Amy has issued an apology that said, in part, I want to apologize to Chris Cooper for my actions when I encountered him in Central Park. She says, I reacted emotionally and made false assumptions about his intentions when, in fact, I was the one who was acting inappropriately by not having my dog on a leash. I hope that a few mortifying seconds in a lifetime of 40 years will not define me in his eyes, and that he will accept my sincere apology. Do you accept her apology?
I do accept her apology. It's a first step. I think she's got to do some reflection on what happened, because up until the moment when she made that statement and made that phone call, it was just a conflict between a birder and a dog walker. And then she took it to a very dark place. And I think she's got to sort of examine why and how that happened. And I want to move it a little bit beyond her, because it's not really about her and her poor judgment in a snap second. It's about the underlying current of racism and racial perceptions that has been going on for centuries, and that permeates this city and this country, that she tapped into. And so that's what we really have to address, not the specifics of her, but why are we still plagued with that, and how do we fix it?